Hello, hello, hello. Sir David the Bard. I'm coming to you from the halls of Shangri-La, which is also known as the Hotel California. It's the Mormon theme song. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Anyway, here's a subject I wanted to talk on because I'm trying to learn myself. Deception. How our eyes deceive us. You know, when we see certain things, we are triggered in our mind to have certain thoughts. If we see a very pretty girl and she has nice wristwatches on and a bracelet and diamonds and her hair is all nice and a cute little body and a very short dress, very short, we find her generally attractive. If she tells us that she's a millionaire and she has this money and she's in real estate, and she tells us she's single and she's looking for a husband, we hold our gut in. We don't breathe our gut out. We just hold it in there and our shoulders go up, thinking we might be a candidate. Now, here's the problem I find in life. I close my eyes. Mentally, I close my eyes when I meet people. I listen to their words, and I watch them do the hokey pokey. Now, when people hokey pokey, or they do cult talk, then my sensors go right up. This person is not what my eyes are seeing. How many times have you and I gone into a car lot, and they got the car all polished? I bought a pink Mercury back in the days at BYU. The seats were pink. The outside of the car was pink. I never looked at the engine, and I took it on a little trip, and it broke down. I had a couple of little kids in the car and a wife, and had to be towed, and it cost me a fortune. And I went back into the Ford dealership down there in Provo and said, "I don't want this car." He says, "It's your car." I said, "No, it's not." I took the license plates off and threw them on his desk, and I said, "I want another one." He said, "Well, we don't exchange cars." And I said, "You do today." So I got another car, you know, the Bard. My eyes told me that that was a good car. In the wintertime, it wouldn't start. It wouldn't start in the winter. In the summertime, it wouldn't run. My opinion was because it was so beautiful and polished and, you know, pink, I thought it would be a good car. It wasn't. How many times have you and I gone and rented a house, and we go in and we look, and oh my gosh, the walls are all painted and clean, and everything looks like it's working, and it looks like it'd be a neat place to live. So we put down our money, our first months and our last months, and in Utah you will never see your last month. I don't care who the hell you are. Mormons believe that they can keep the second month's rent as use of the building. The law says they have to refund it to you, and if they don't refund all of it, they have to give you a list of what you did and how much money it cost. Not one Mormon has ever done that in my life. In my life, I've never seen it. So anyway, you move in, and you turn the oven on, and there's no gas. The pilot lights won't light, and there's no gas. And so you look behind the gas stove, and the pipe is disconnected. Now, there's probably a good reason that pipe is disconnected. You see chalk marks of the other people that used to live in the apartment, and they're dead from carbon monoxide. You go to the fridge, and seems to be okay. Put a little ice cream in the freezer, and you come back, and it's melted down into the refrigerator. Well, you go in the bedroom, you open a closet door, it falls off. It's, oh look, here comes my food. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. Would you... Good Lord. Would you take this glass?
No.
She's not always compliant. But anyway, closet door falls off, you put some stuff up, hang on the rod falls down, and pretty soon you go in to take a shower. Your shower head doesn't work. You try to take a bath. There's no plug. And the hot water doesn't work. You go back to the landlord and say, what the hell? This is a piece of crap. And they go, well, you signed a lease. You're there for a year. Fix it. So, our eyes can be very, very deceptive. Unemployment, cars, houses, and people. How many times have you met a beautiful girl and you wake up in the morning and somehow Bigfoot sneaked into bed? And you go, holy shit, how'd that happen? Well, makeup, hair, lipstick. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I have a link here for you on the Mormon Church. If you look at the people, they're nicely dressed, they're clean, and they're polite, and appear friendly. That's your first impression. Pretty soon, you're brought into the cult and expected to pull your full load. And if you don't teach classes, and if you don't show up for service projects and go to the temple, pay your tithing, you're a piece of shit with legs on it. And they start to treat you that way. And you go, where did the nice people go? They never were nice. It was an illusion. An illusion. When you hear about Joseph Smith and 30 wives, and a couple of them 14, 15, and 16, you have a reaction. And the Mormons tell you, you better not have a reaction. It's normal. That was normal in those days. Well, you look it up on the computer, it was not normal. Most girls got married between 18 and 22. So, the subject that I'm bringing to myself and to you is the transparency of humans, and the transparency of so many other things that are not human. Cars, houses. Now, how many times have you been to the chapel, and the chapel is nice, and it's vacuumed, and it's, you know, got the curtains and the sacrament tables all polished? You go into the bathroom, and you have to step over the shit on the floor. The members now are the janitors. There's no professional janitors in the Mormon Church anymore. Every member is a janitor. So on Friday or Saturday, you take your 2-year-old, your 6-year-old, and your 8-year-old and go down on your hands and knees and scrub for the Lord. And they try to make it seem like Jesus is giving you points if you clean their chapel. Well, you take a look at the ordinances, you take a look at the temple, you take a look at the doctrine, take a look at the blacks, the gays, women's rights, ERA, polygamy. Pretty soon, what you thought you saw, you didn't see. You can continue to fool yourself and think, well, maybe this is just a bad ward, or maybe this is just a bad bishop. You've been around 55 years. It's hard to find a good ward or a nice bishop. So anyway, I'm just putting out a warning to me and to you. Make sure, test people, test organizations. Watch your eyes. Your eyes are not accurate. Your ears are not accurate either. See how people treat you. Look at the history of the people. Look at the fruit of the tree. You know, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. And when you've got attorney generals, too, in Utah in jail you have to go, hey, how did that happen? How did that happen? And then when you see the federal government telling the Mormons to stop polygamy, and John Taylor and Wilford Woodruff wrote letters and said, oh, we don't do polygamy anymore. Both of them had extra wives after those letters in the Salt Lake Temple. So, what you see is many times not what you get. So anyway, I hope you have health in the navel, marrow in the bones, strength in the loins, and sinews, power and priesthood be upon me and upon my posterity through all generations of time and throughout all eternity. The bard's gone.